Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about why Tumblr sucks in another episode. So I want to have a little bit of a preface because this was a huge rabbit hole. So I want to talk about Transage, okay? However, when you look up Transage on Tumblr, then there's another hashtag called age fluid, which means the same thing. Then there's another hashtag called kindergender, where it's someone that identifies as a child. Then there's another one called clovergender, which is apparently a troll, but clovergender people apparently believe that you are allowed to be attracted to whatever, even children. Then there was CGLRE, which was kind of like adult babies but not sexual. And there was age regression. So there were all these series of names to define things that are all very similar, if not the same. So these posts I'm showing you come from an array of those tags that still align with the age regression. So here we have an example that says kindergender, people who identify as children trapped inside adult bodies and are attracted to children as well. So essentially pedophiles. Here we have another one where someone says, what the fuck is clovergender? And this person answers saying the term clovergender is a term pedophiles are using to excuse themselves of pedophilia. They say their minds didn't age past 13, which means it's okay for 40-year-olds to date children if they identify as this. It's really gross. Agreed. Here we have another one that says, all right, let me get this straight. Your 35-year-old mother is married to your 47-year-old father, but a 22-year-old man can't engage with a 10-year-old. What's the logic here? The logic here, fucking idiot, is that you're not supposed to engage with people who cannot give consent. Depending on where you are, that is a different age, but it's never fucking 10, okay? It might be 16, it might be 18, but it's not 10. And it's creepy, okay? It's really creepy, and there's a reason why you guys are called pedophiles. Also, let's not try to compare 35-year-olds and 47-year-olds and how mature they are compared to a 22-year-old and how mature he or she might be compared to a 10-year-old. Really. Please don't try and pull that shit. Here we have another one that's creepy. It says, age fluid, a person whose age identity is not fixed and changes over time or depending on the situation. So this seems to be like another pro-pedophilia thing based on the creepy-ass drawing under. And you know what the thing is? If someone wants to say that, like me, if I want to say that I'm 24, but I'm actually 47 on the inside, I don't really have a problem with that. I don't think it's valid, but I don't have a problem with it. You can do whatever the hell you want. The issue is that people run wild with crap like this because they're like, hey, like if I can identify as whatever I want, I'm gonna choose to be, you know, a 10-year-old on the inside. That's not okay. That's really not okay. There's a limit to all this tomfoolery. I already think trans age is fucking crazy and ridiculous, but you know, when it becomes this kind of dangerous, it's even worse, to be honest. So here we have another one that says it's okay to feel little on the inside even when you're big on the outside. So this came from the part of the community that is more kind of adult babies-like, but still, you know, this can be taken in so many disgusting contexts, especially considering that there are these pedophiles within these communities. You're just kind of like, so if you're a 50-year-old who feels like he's 12, does that mean you can engage with 12-year-olds? According to their logic, yeah, so let's be careful here, really. Here we have a post saying, a movement I can finally call my own. I've been thinking age is kind of a social construct. I mean, even the observation of time is something relative. We don't even have all these days in a year or even a year, so I mean, not everyone is born with the same maturity. It's a relative thing, really. So I've come to realize some people are born older than they physically are, and some people are younger, premature birth. Who am I to question a 32-year-old in a 16-year-old body or a 24-year-old in a 60-year-old body? They are whatever they choose to be, regardless of the social constructs that society puts us under. I do not know if trans age is necessarily the correct terminology, trans chronological, or what would be a better term for those who identify with a different age that they were born into. Okay, so like I said, conceptually, ideologically, this could be okay. Like, and when I say okay, I mean just not dangerous. Still not valid in my opinion, but whatever. However, the thing is, when you open the doors to say that everything is inherently valid, what's gonna stop the pedophiles from saying that they're, you know, just trans age, so it's all okay? What's gonna stop someone who's driving too fast, who's 20, to say that, oh yeah, I'm actually 10, so, you know, I can't really get a ticket, or like my parents are responsible for me. It's just kind of ridiculous. And the thing is, like, a lot of things in society are social constructs. I know, groundbreaking. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't abide by it. Like, the thing is this. You are rejecting your own point, because if you say that age is a social construct, then how would you know what age you actually are? Because when you're 16, that still marks the social construct. It's still 16 years of age, which we invented how we count a month, how we count years. So how are you even counting years? What if years actually have 3 days in them and not 365? What if a year is actually a month? Do you realize the doors that you're opening by asking these questions? And sure, social constructs can be really dumb and you might not like them, but there's a reason that they're put in place so we can monitor days, months, and weeks without saying, oh, the 1,000,001th day since the earth fucking had the Big Bang or whatever. Like, this is opening doors that should remain closed, locked, and just, yeah. So here we have the picture of the person's blog, and it says trans age 19 to 12. So who would you go out with? That's my question. Who are you? Who is your romantic interest at this point? Because 19, maybe you're interested in men that are 20, 19, around your age, but does that also mean that you're interested in men or women who are like 13? You know, the thing that's really concerning to me is a lot of the people that I came across are really on this border that in real life they're older than, you know, 18, and they're often attracted to younger than 18, which is why it always gives a really creepy vibe. I've seen very few where they're like, oh yeah, I'm 30, but I identify as 46, you know, like that's not inherently, you know, dangerous, but here it always feels like it's crossing some kind of line, and this just really seems like an excuse. So I don't know what's up with that. I really don't. And here they had a link that said about being trans age, and when I tried clicking it, it linked to nothing. There was like nothing there, just an error page. Much like it's an error to be trans age, but anyways. So here we have an ask, and it says, hello, I'm trans age, 3-year-old, and I was wondering how I could act more like my true age. Y'all are the only helpful trans ages I've seen. To act more your age, you couldn't have typed this message, so there you go, free advice. Hey, sure thing, all right. First of all, speak in shorter sentences with common words, so dumb down your speech. When asked their age, a lot of young children hold up their hand with a number of fingers their age. You can choose whether or not to do that. Getting some clothing or accessories with a tiny cartoon character on them can certainly help you feel younger. Also, if you have the resources, try buying some toys meant for children that are around that age. Try decorating your room with bright colors. Those building blocks with letters, numbers are also a great addition. I recommend buying a kigurumi or something of the sort for pajamas. Okay, so first of all, some of these people I think are pedophiles, as I mentioned before, but the other thing that I'm asking is how much of this is driven by insecurity, like the diehard want to feel younger? Because certainly there is a societal stigma on getting older, even when you're young, like they advertise wrinkle-free creams or whatever to people that are super young, so there definitely is the stigma. So I'm wondering if some of this is also a reaction to that stigma, a way to kid yourself and that you're not getting older. You guys, I don't know, like I'm honestly at a loss. I really am, because at this point, everything is fair game. And while that might sound cool and empowering and whatever, it's not cool or empowering or whatever if we're using it for this tomfoolery. I don't know. I don't know what to make of all of this. Anyways, Urban Dictionary defines CGLRE as age regression when somebody reverts to a childlike state of mind, often as coping mechanisms. Okay, so I did want to touch on this. If this is your coping mechanism and you're not using it as a dangerous and creepy way to be around young children, I have no issues with it. If it's a coping mechanism, by all means, cope the way you need to cope. The thing is, when people are choosing to do this, to me it seems like a symptom of something else when they choose to do it and it has nothing to do with coping or trauma, mental illness, whatever. Anyways, you guys, let me know what you think. This was exhausting. I'm gonna go and I'll see you next time.